Wow. I got into the comedy scene when I did a comedy workshop with a comedian called Rudy Liquid, who's still on the scene, a very good friend of mine, and a guy called Keith Palmer. And basically it's like a drama school, but it was based on stand-up comedy, so they teach you different aspects on delivering on stage and making every part of the audience feel part of your show, making people laugh without them seeing you, being verbally funny, physically funny, just different attributes of comedy and different styles and techniques. It helped me kind of find my voice and my persona, what kind of comedian I was. So that's something I would recommend to people. A lot of people think when I say comedy school, they think they teach you how to be funny. Like, jokes was actually the last thing that we actually worked on. It was more finding out what kind of person you are, noticing the first thing people see about yourself, and being self-aware. So, yeah, the comedy school. When I found out I could make, I remember I did a show called You're Having a Laugh, and this was at South Bank University, their student union. And basically, when I did that show, they paid me £25, and I didn't even know. I never came into this business even knowing about money or anything like that. I just wanted to make people laugh. And they gave me £25, and I remember calling my aunt, and I was like, they paid me, boy. I got paid. I was over there. I folded everyone. I got £25 to tell jokes. That's what it is. I came to it, I think, honestly, just wanting to make people laugh, and that's still the case today still. I didn't know what it was. I've always been a leader. In my school, I was quite popular. I always had the power to get people to come together and do something fun. Even like when I had birthday parties, I was organising big day trips like roller skating or ice skating or something like that. And a lot of people come. We used to just pack out double-decker buses, just get into Kojo's birthday thing. So I think it's always been in me from then. When I started doing stand-up, I think one of my talents is my observation. I don't miss much, and I saw that I was one of the 10 comedians that would get to do Hackney Empire. Even though I was fresh, I was still like coming through the ranks, and I was one of those 10 people that would just change the colour of the flyer and it'd be the same people. But it didn't really reflect the scene. The people like Stephen K. Amos, for example, wouldn't be on the shows on black nights. I'm thinking Stephen's probably the funniest black guy in the country. So, and this is like 2003 we're talking. So I'm thinking to myself, I need to do something that creates a platform for everybody, including myself. If you want to come see Kojo, you come to Cork's Wine Bar. So it started by me going to New York and seeing how they did it over there, and I came back and I said, we need something every week, not once a month, not here and there, every week. Cutting a long story short, through the comedy club, I built like up my own community of people. I'd rather say community rather than fan base, because I think we ended up doing so many different things together. So it wasn't just the stand-up side. We started doing parties, we started doing day trips and stuff like that. So through that, I think the business element came to it, because when you're running an event every week, you have to have certain things in place. You need help. You need to get a group of people to come in and help you whilst you're building your name. And I think that's when I started really understanding or learning a bit more about business and thinking outside of being an artist. It affected me, like, there was negative days, there was bad days. I think the secret to me leading a positive path was that I never moved. And like the average person in foster care is in that home, and then they're in here, and da. From the age of 5, I was in the same place until I left. So I think God was watching me from then, because it's very hard for many people that are in foster care to say that. Just what I'm trying to say. So comfortability made me get used to people, the same family. I became that family. Just what I'm trying to say. And I think that's the secret of me being a positive person. There was days when you're not with your mum and your dad. You know what I mean? Regardless of how nice something is, you're not with your mum and your dad. So there might be things like parents' evening might come up, and it reminds you, or you see other people and their parents, or living in the same house, and them knowing that that's their mum and dad, and me knowing that I'm not with mine. But I guess as I got older, I just said to myself, I don't want this to continue. So it has to stop somewhere. I've never really been one to make excuses. I've always been one to find solutions. So that's kind of what I've done with my career. I've been going to New York for about like 5 years. I used to go back and forth to learn. Once I decided that this is what I wanted to do, I became a student of it, from learning from the best. watching DVDs, meeting people, going out there, throwing myself to the wolves and saying I'm a young comic, I'm just trying to bring people out. So all the people that I'm now like in 2009, big comedians, I had them coming to the club when they were like 2004, when they were just fresh and starting, they were the next to blow. So you got people like Rob Stapleton, and you got people like Will Sylvince, and people that are now doing their thing. Kevin Hart came years ago, before Soul Plane and all that stuff. So through that, my name travelled as a promoter, not even just as a comic. So when I go over there, people know my name. So I actually got a phone call from Dave Chappelle himself and Chris Rock to say that, oh, we heard about your show, this person told me to come through, we want to come and try out some material. And I was like, what the hell? Like, this is crazy hours, because obviously the time difference, it's like 2 in the morning, and Dave Chappelle's in my phone, I'm thinking this is one of my idiot friends chatting rubbish. But, you know, another call follows another call. We had Russell Simmons come down, who's my idol. Like, Russell Simmons is my idol as a business person. And I think when he came down, and I met Stan Lathan, who's the director of their comedy jam, when they came down, it was just like the tree was growing. You see what I'm trying to say? So my name's very big in Hollywood, and it's very big in New York as someone that's paved the way for Americans to come over here and really get loved. You see what I'm trying to say? And I think the comedy club is one of the very few things in any genre which is respected by Americans. And I think the people that come to Corks, like, they just come and they laugh, but they don't understand the impact it's actually having across the world. And other promoters might bring in comedians and they say, yeah, I want to do Kojo's room. So it still has that effect, you know what I mean? And I'm just trying to make that brand grow. So it allows me as an artist, when I go to New York and places like that, LA, to be able to perform without any hassle, because people owe me.